On the agenda for employees of the Grand Lucayan property. Physicians giving their take on the medical marijuana issue. And the swingers taking over downtown Freeport.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, the government offering voluntary employment separation packages for line and management staff at the Grand Lucayan Resort. A press release issued today noted that the sale purchase agreement to acquire the Grand Lucayan property stipulated that government through Lucayan Renewal would take the responsibility of the staff. In so doing, the government fully secured the right of any employee wishing to determine his or her continued employment or not upon the sale of the hotel by Hutchison, and hence the early announcement that voluntary employment separation packages would be made available to current employees of the hotel should they wish to discontinue. Now, the release states that these packages are completely voluntary and that there will be no layoffs, redundancy, or firing of staff members, adding that the aim is to simply provide employees an option to move on if they wish. Employees, union reps, and their lawyers are working closely with Lucayan Renewal's board, and they will agree to the figures and determine the date of the severance. In other news, medical marijuana, it is a hot button issue, and it is one of the topics for discussion at the Grand Bahama Medical and Dental Association conference, while a local physician presenting his case on the benefits of cannabis sativa and why he feels it should be embraced. Megan Shepard was there.
Dr. Rasjar Rupai delivering a unique presentation at the annual Medical and Dental Conference, passing around samples of cannabis to attendees. He says that it is unfortunate that a natural herb that has been grown for 8,000 years was vilified in 1937. He explains that there are two types of cannabis that you deal with.
They both have effects, but they tend to cancel out each other. And so if you grow a selective breed of cannabis and you want it for healing, you will increase the CBD. And if you want it for recreational euphoria, which you call a high, then you will grow the THC. And that's the difference.
Dr. Rupai says that the herb has a number of benefits.
Amazing effects like in cancer. As he explained to you, cannabis CB1 is 1,000 times better than aspirin. 1,000 times better. But aspirin is over the counter and everyone's pushing aspirin, and no one's saying how good CB1 is. The other benefits, glaucoma, which the University of Miami has been doing for years, increasing libido, which a lot of people don't know. It increases libido in both men and women.
He adds that marijuana is also effective in treating those that suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Men who came back from war recently, the only thing that stopped them from PTSD was cannabis. The only thing. The only thing. You know, something that has that greater a record should be utilized, not vilified.
He adds that not only is it good for medication, but also meditation. He notes that there is a church in the state of California that passes out cannabis before services.
They find that the level of getting closer to God is much closer. It's much better. Prayer is better with weed. That's really the best way I can tell you. And it's still true. It removes short-term memory. So when you go to church and you're filled with the wife and the husband had a fight, or your daddy said something to your mommy, it literally moves that.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Well, Dr. Kevin Bethel also making a presentation on medical marijuana. However, his presentation was against the use of cannabis. He says that it is important to distinguish the difference between the tetrahydrocannabinol oil, or THC, and cannabinoids, CBD. Now, while he admits that there are some benefits of cannabis oil or CBD, he says that the THC levels must be considered and controlled.
high THC component, the part that everyone thinks that they like, the part that makes them delusional and high, is the part that has all the medical detriments. There's misinformation being spread that THC has the medical benefits, but it's not the THC. There are about 60 cannabinoids in the cannabis plant. So it's the other cannabinoids, the CBD, the CBG, the CBN, and the canaflavins that have the medical benefit. The anti-inflammatory, the pain reduction, the anti-nausea, as a matter of fact. But so people may say something to the effect of, well, how come when I smoke a joint, I feel relaxed and my pain goes away? Well, depending on the species. Most of these cannabis plants have both THC and these other cannabinoids.
Now, Dr. Bethel also adds that overall he believes that there are much safer options to cannabis, as the THC can have numerous negative effects.
It makes you fat, it gives you diabetes, and all of these things. Yes, the other components in the marijuana can counteract that, but the problem is in the industry, they're pushing to make high THC component, and this high THC component species of plants that are being pushed on the population are going to cause a worsening of the obesity, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease epidemic. So we really have to be careful. We really have to understand that and really look at the science behind it.
Switching gears now, 3 individuals are in custody for possession of dangerous drugs. A team of officers in Abaco executed a search warrant on a home located in Central Pines and discovered several marijuana cigarettes and other drug paraphernalia. Now, officers also searched a vehicle that was parked in the yard of the residence where a female was sitting in the driver's seat. During the search of that vehicle, 12 pounds of suspected marijuana was found. The estimated value is around $10,000. All of the individuals were taken into custody and investigations are ongoing. Still on news from the crime beat in Abaco, police there are also seizing a firearm and ammunition along with a package of marijuana and a large sum of U.S. currency from an American male at the Treasure Key Airport. That was on Friday. Now, according to the reports, the suspect arrived on an international flight at the Treasure Key Airport and presented himself to a Bahamas customs official for inspection. A search was made of his belongings and a .9mm handgun with 4 live rounds of ammunition was found, along with a package of grassy-like substances believed to be marijuana. Now, the estimated street value of the drugs is said to be around $2,000. A large sum of U.S. currency was also found, and he is presently in police custody as investigations continue. And still on the crime beat, police conducting Operation Urban Strike, targeting a number of crime hotspots and repeat offenders. Police say the operation was launched on Friday to disrupt organized crime groups involved in drug peddling, firearm possession, and other crime-related activities. As a result, 3 males are in police custody for the possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply. 3 males were also arrested on outstanding warrants of arrest, and 1 male was arrested for deceit of a public officer. Also during that operation, a .38 revolver with 4 live rounds of ammunition was found in the Garden Villas area, and police say investigations continue. Police in Grand Bahama needs your assistance in locating 33-year-old Dane David Evans of Royal Palmway, Freeport. He is wanted by the Central Detective Unit for fraud. Now, if you can help police locate Dane David Evans, you are asked to contact the Central Detective Unit in Grand Bahama at telephone numbers 350-3107 through 12, 911-919, or you may call your nearest police station. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.